Same family, Massa here. Family, I had no battery no more on the other camera, so I will use this one. It's so hot here, but it's good for me because so all the poison can come out of my body. Now, I'm also a little bit sick, but I'm doing fine now. It was really bad. I hope you can hear me because I was changing normally also I think it's fine. Um exactly. So the camera is good. Audio MacBook. Right. Okay. Family, the message is very tough today. It's a very important message. Stay tuned. I hope you're all doing good. We had an amazing assembly yesterday. We prayed a lot. Tata Nzambe did his miracles like always. Um yeah, like I said, I became a little bit sick, during the last 2 days. Um, but I'm starting to getting better. Um, it's nothing hard. It's just a little fever because of traveling and all those kinds of things over the time and having no rest. So, um, all praises. Now, um, here we are one more time. We give all praises to the Most High Yah, to Tanzania Mazulu, because he's fine. He's doing so much for us. Yeah. Um, in this topic today, we're gonna go to know two different kind of things. If we're gonna know something that is astrological, yeah, about our sun system, and we're gonna know something about the size, the real size of our um, of Africa, which is very very important for our people to know. Okay, is the Earth round? Is the Earth a plate? I think everyone is interested to know um, um, what is really going on. First of all, I wanted to ask, when we look at the Earth, um, Africa, is it down or is it above Europe? If you look at the map, you will see that Africa is below and Europe, America, China um, is up. So Africa is down and the other countries are up, right? So But we know what science say: the Earth is round and it turns. So normally we should see sometimes Africa up and Europe down, right? But we have never seen that, which means this is pure racism. What's going on here? Because if you want to be the greatest, you don't show others that they are greater than you or bigger than you, or that they have more than you, or that they have any value. And there is something um, that the world knows that is really really important for us also to know those things. It is our planet. If we understand our planet a little bit better, then we also understand a little bit more why Tata Nzambe has given us this landmass, which is Mama Africa and also the Asian part of it. Okay, so before I start, I'll show you some Muzungis dancing a little bit. I'm gonna drink some water and then we start. Good that you are here. Yeah, you're welcome. Here you can see Muzungus in the land of Mama Africa, how they used to. Okay. Now, um, the African continent has a land area of 30.37 miles square meters, square kilometers. So enough to fit the US, China, India, Japan, Mexico, and many European nations combined. Okay, so why is it so important? Okay, it is so important for our people to know those things because of the video that I'm gonna share today about DNA, which will open many people's eyes. Why people, especially our brothering that left the African continent, that went to slavery, why they were never taught how important Africa is for the nations. Okay, Africa is the only um continent that gives us, that makes all humans, we can't survive without Africa. Okay, and all the energy used to come from Africa. That's why Africa is so important for um the European nation. Okay, and if you look at it closely, you'll see that France, Spain, Germany, those countries, yeah, that you might see in Europe that are, you know, very wealthy and very very nice and rich with agriculture and religion or also science. Okay, those countries fits in the Africa, yeah, easily. And there's something that those countries don't have. Okay, they don't have the valleys, they don't have the animals, they don't have the same forests, they don't have the same possibility to do the same type of agriculture, which means they don't have the same earth, they don't have the same mountains, they don't have the same air. Okay, they don't have the same treasures that are under the earth. Okay, and much more. They don't have the same seas. Okay, so which means Africa is so important. We had a time where all the European nations, America and all of them, they went to the China, and China fits here too. Okay, they went to the China, and we got UK here too, and the Japan. Okay, so all the King Wang Xing Xiang Chang, they enter into Africa, and Africa don't need anyone but to destroy all the other nations so that Africa stays. Okay, and that's why they have to show Africa as garbage, as poor, uh, you know, because um, yeah, Africa is so important for the whole world. Let me check. Okay, Africa is this is it's coming. Yeah, if you look, if you go to um if you go to Africa, wealth in future, or Africa in future, or how Africa could one day revile China. Look at these videos, or what Muzungus are saying. This young boy, this young guy here, TEDx talks. He is like, let us hear, listen to him a little bit.
In my lifetime, Africa will become a superpower in wealth. What do you think of when you think of Africa? Do you think of starving people eking out a living in mud huts in great poverty and deprivation? Do you think of strange tribal battles and incurable tropical diseases? Do you think of European empires? In short, do you think that Africa faces serious social and economic difficulties and will always be struggling behind the rest of the world? That vision of Africa has some grounding in reality. It's true that only one continent is less developed than Africa, and that is Antarctica. Africa is a vast continent, but its countries and people are very poor. 35 of the world's 50 poorest countries are in Africa, and more than 40% of Africans live on less than $1 per.
So, okay, before I start the video, I just want to mention, I would just want to say, before I really start showing you what I have prepared so far, I would just want to tell you, Europeans, they see everything scientifical. Yeah, they just see everything scientifical. They don't have this work al Kadesh, that starts revealing them things. The Most High said this to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, even to our fathers when they went to slavery. We came from the sun. We came far away from Africa. You see Malcolm S video. You see the Muhammad Ali video. You see the Martin Luther King. You see even our forefathers in the Caribbeans, or that went to the India. All of them talked about Africa, that how nice it was in Zion. Okay, this is us. This is something that we have. This inspiration that the Most High one day will come and save us and give us our land back and build the Wakanda. The Muzungus don't see it like this. They want numbers. They want numbers. They're not like Michael Massa. Oh, are you sick? Miracle happened. No, they're not like that. and you are fixed. No, they have to come to do 1 plus 1, and it's 3. If it's not 3, it must be 4. If it's not 4, then it must be 5. So if European nations are so interested in Africa, while African people, or African American, or African German, European, African Asian, or African Southern Americans do not understand how important Africa is, that's a problem for me. That's a problem for the Most High. That's why he's saying, my people are dying because of lack of knowledge. Because we have everything, and that's why they're so interested in coming to Africa all the time. Why we are sitting there home and waiting for this pandemic to pass. Pandemic. When we are talking about the pandemic, who's fighting against this pandemic? The Europeans by themselves. I have never seen in Africa someone demonstrating against the pandemic. I have never seen since George Floyd, black people in America going outside there and demonstrating against the pandemic. I have never seen black people in America demonstrating that they want to go home to Africa. I have never seen some people in the Caribbean or somewhere else and saying those kinds of countries, you took us here as slaves, we want to go home. This does not happen. But I see Turkey people, I see if something happens to a Japanese, if something happens to a Chinese, the first thing that they start to do is demonstrating and showing, or this Ashkenaz, I don't want to say the other name, okay? You know, the first thing they do is demonstrating and showing off, uh, you know, showing that they the rules have been violated. Okay, okay, and this will be then put directly above to the medias, so that the whole world sees how the violence went against them, and they're receiving a lot of money, a lot of support, etc., etc. If you do not open your mouth, yeah, we saw it with Whoopi Goldberg. She opened her mouth once, and directly it was a big problem. But now let many people, let a crowd of people starting to manifest, demonstrating and saying to the people the things how it is. That is a problem for the whole world, because the whole world must now are willing to know, why are those people talking about those kinds of things? Africa here, Africa there, and then what slavery? How was this? Man, we have some Indian people there in the crowds, man. You see, man, they're demonstrating in Africa there. This has happened to the African Americans, So this is what we need, unity. Okay, we have to work now in one voice. And this is very important in the time where we go. Now, let me continue. You can look by yourself the videos, okay, on Google. When it comes to when Africa becomes a superpower, like I said, Europeans, they do calculations. They're not like us. I'm a spiritual person. I know what the Most High told me. I know why I'm switching from Africa to different kinds of countries in Africa, then to go into to back to Europe, etc., and fighting for that. There is something bigger behind it. I know, okay, because no one would come from his free will to Africa. If someone comes to Africa, it's because he's a fighter. He's looking to the future. Now, what I want to say is, Europeans say something like that Africa will become. He's not saying it can. He's saying Africa will become a superpower. Okay? And he's saying he will pass China easily, pass America easily. Look at your dollar, how it falls. Look at your euro, where it is today. Just look at it. They have no oil. They have they have nothing, no gas, nothing over there. So they have to do war. I know that many of our people, they are like, yeah, take our sons and daughters because we have to survive. Go America. We are all America. Go finish all the other nations off. But how long? How long will Babylon we'd be able to finish other nations off and everyone closes his eyes. I don't think that when America starts a war now, that everyone would be like, yeah, we love you so much, America. Please do it. I don't believe so. I know that many people having benefits when America start doing war, yeah, so that they can get gas cheaper and all these kinds of things. This is how it works. Okay? Business, no one will tell me how business works. This is how it works. War is business. Okay? So that other people can survive and other people why other people suffering. But how long? And I'm talking in the biblical perspective. Okay? But biblical perspective is spiritual perspective, which means in spirit it is already signed, like although in physical, like science already agreed on that Africa will become the next superpower. And it's in every there is that you can do all your math. If it comes to food, if it comes to infrastructure, if it comes to materials, if it comes to people that will work for lesser money for you or whatever, what machineries, the planes that we fly with today will be built here. Everything, new cars, technologies, everything will come back to Africa. So also what will come also to Africa? The people. Today, people are like, no, waste the land. I don't believe it's hard to make it over there. I agree because Tata Nzambe have said it very clear. No stone will be left. He said it will be a wasted land. He said, yeah, my land, my tabernacle will be built on the righteous time. Okay? So we don't rush, yeah, but we are following prophecies, okay, because we are believing in the Most High's words. Now, let us continue reading. First of all, I'll show you one more time where you can find the videos that you should definitely check. Okay, here we are. So if you go to YouTube, just check Africa superpower. Why? Especially if it comes to the money currency. We know why they killed Gaddafi. Okay, we have the gold. We have the silver. We have it here. You can, there are some things I can't say because everyone wants to take advantage of others. So it is crazy. Okay, they just print money in the West. They don't have money in the West. They print money in the West. So we are fighting thieves. Okay, these are the differences here. There are some people. If we go to the Bible verse, Revelation 2:9, he's saying, "Thou art rich, but you guys are living like poor people." But there are some hypocrites, liars, thieves. They are calling themselves by your names, but they are not. Nothing belongs to them. They have nothing. They live because of you. The root takes the branches. Okay? This is a fact. The root is always and will be always the root. Okay? Yeah. You will be surprised very soon. Yeah? So, all good. Now, let us go back to the map. So, you have all the countries, Ireland, UK, you have it there. Okay? So, in Africa, you have all these countries, that fits in Africa. And no one is telling us, they're showing us little maps like that. This is how they show us the maps. But normally, if we look at the map here, you can see how the map normally should look like. Okay, here you can see that the other countries, China, Russia, they should look much smaller, you know, than they look today, and Africa will become automatically the biggest continent on earth. Are you with me? Are you still with me? Because my connection, I see it fails sometimes. Okay. Um, all praises. So what I want to tell you is, okay, um, you can see by yourself, okay, that the other countries are such smaller. They're much smaller, and Africa is a superpower in the world. And Africa, brothers and sisters, Africa is all this was ours. Even this Arabia here, okay, was ours. You can even see that there was no borders. They put the borders there, okay, which means Africa normally would be even bigger than that what we're seeing today. So, which is very very important, yeah. And there is another secret that everyone must know, yeah. It has something to do with the solar system, and it has something to do with the disasters, natural disasters, why it won't hit Africa so much like the other countries, okay. And it has something to do with the belt or the mother's womb, okay, where the equator is the birth of humanity, where the earth plates touches the spiritual world, the entrance of the spiritual world. That's why sometimes many people they think they're just looking for diamonds. No, they're looking for the doors. If not in Africa, they're looking into the Antarctic. They're looking at somewhere to enter or to go back. While those demons believe they have to find some a way to go back where they used to come, where they came from. Okay, okay, this is the whole truth. Okay, okay. Now, it's very funny for me always because it sounds weird for me too, but it's the complete truth. There's some humans that are crazy. You might think they're just normal, but they are not. They have other. They are programmed differently, aliens or robots or whatever we should call them. Okay, all praises. Now let us go to some texts. What if I were to tell you that the landmass you call Africa is far bigger than any other landmass you've ever heard of? And people like me, I knew it a long time ago, but for some people, it might be new stuff. That's why I'm making this video again, clear enough for everyone to know that this is knowledge that is very important for our children and our future. Yeah, this is important for everyone who has a little bit brain and can think how important it is and why war is about to come and have to come, because all these mushrooms, yeah, they just took our water, and now they don't know how to take it again without paying, and it becomes harder and harder for them, okay, to survive. Now they want to drop bombs and flee from this planet to other continents. They're grabbing holds, because their world will be destroyed. Yeah, all good. Please do not stone me. I am afraid to put out this knowledge. As you watch this, you are excused to spare some doubts. But trust me, you've been lied to. Science has been mere propaganda, a powerful psychological weapon. Charles Darwin, who was nothing but the son of nobody, did not search for no reason, just to hammer down their hopes and self awareness. Please do not stone me. I am afraid to put out this knowledge, like I said. As you watch, you are excused to spare some doubts. But trust me, you've been lied to. Science has been a mere propaganda, a powerful psychological weapon that we have written again. Forbidden knowledge, the rounders of the earth. Now, some say the Greeks, others say Ferdinand Magellan. What a joke. Now, listen carefully. Why does every intellectual civilization begin with the world of the Greek? Do you want to know why? Who are these Greeks who appear from nowhere with a bombastic bulk of knowledge? And brothers and sisters, this is where we should start um, doing our researches now. People, especially people, researchers that do YouTubers or whatever they used to call themselves, they used to start doing more researches not only about Egypt, because when Egypt fell, okay, we saw not later on directly the Greeks coming up. And what the Greeks did is writing the books, putting the things together, what you see today as astrology and everything, taking all the knowledge, mixing it up, and starting getting going against the people of the Most High. They lived among our people, they took over Tripoli, they went over to Alexandria, they went over to the Congos, to the Sudan, and everywhere. They, it's there, okay? And the languages from the Muzungu, the story and history of the Muzungu started with the Greeks. But the problem, Greeks normally we had also we had Greeks, okay? Uh, Greeks, they look black. They look black, but they're not really. These are the Asian Greeks. This is are the Asian Greeks. Okay, that's a fact. Yeah, it's Alexander the Greeks and all this kind of people. What was his name? They have some heroes, some Greek heroes. They were black. Okay, but not all of them. Not all of them. It was like in Europe. Not all of the European were black. Okay, so what happened there is that later on we could see that the white race took over, and when the white race took over, they started to change history, like they changed the book, which is the Bible, okay, which is some other historical evidences, okay. Then you had the Romans coming, and all these kinds of things you can also find it in the Bible, especially if you start reading the Apocrypha 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will find a lot of historical facts over there. You will see stories about Flavius, okay, when some of our people came from far, we should say now north, yeah, down to the south to make it into to make it into the kingdom, to flee from corruption, from flee to flee to flee from oppression, okay, and all this kind of stuff. This doesn't mean that all the Isolele came back. No, the Isolele, they lived already in the land. Okay, we should never forget that. Okay, we should never forget. Okay, the Isolele went with Massa in the time of Massa. Yeah, Isolele went in the time of Massa. The Isaiah was not even born. There was no Greek day. There was no Roman day. Okay, just to tell you, they went to the Congos day. Long time. Just to tell you, to the South Africa, to the Namibia, to the areas there. Some of them to the western part of Africa. This is how it happens. Long time ago, before Greeks and all these kinds of people. But when they came, everything what they took on history, they changed it, they twisted it, and this is what's bringing a lot of confusion. But Muzungus, they have a lot of historical evidences what we can find in their museums, in the social, in the World Wide Web, etc., etc. And this is very important. This is where we should focus. Yeah, we should focus on Greeks, histories, on Greek scholars, and you will find a lot of things that might be interesting that we should include into our teachings. It is so important you can't imagine, because the Ethiopian, Somalian, Sudanese, and all these people there, the ancient the ancient pharaohs, okay, they did well, but the Greek took over later, and they start changing many things, and this is where we should see, yeah, that's why you have today Ethiopian scrolls and all this kinds of stuff in Ethiopia. You in Sudan, you have some. We will come to that. Today we will still focus on the maps, yeah, but it's very important for you to know why uh the Greeks and the Greek civilization is so important for the black race. Okay, Hebrews or Greeks, it's even mentioned in the Bible. Are the Greeks and the Hebrews uh they will become the same? Yeah. Or when he talks about Tyre and Ethiopia, did that not save Ethiopia as the Ethiopians from Tyre and blah 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 blah? Are you Israelite not the same? So he did even comparison. So I will show you why also Greek. Let me show you why Greek. Let me show you world map. So world map. So when we have the world map here, can I make it bigger? Um, Google Earth. Oh, that loads long here. Okay, here we are. Okay, let us try zoom. No. Okay, nice. Okay, where is the? So is everything okay? Can you still Hercules? Yeah, Hercules. Yeah, black people, black people. So now, brothers and sisters, we talked already about the Hamites. Huh? So we talked about the Hamites already, but what we have here is very important for all of us. You have here Egypt, you have here Libya, and all these northerners, okay? And it goes up to all these places where the desert is. And now, where's Greek? You have Italians, where you have in southern Italia people normally looking black as well. Hmm? That's why in the ancient time you saw they're taking black people to fight against each other. You had the Spanish Moors. Portugal is normally the same landmass as Spain, so it was inherited by black people. All these places, and you have the Greeks. So our people inherited all these areas here. And what you see here, come on, I don't have my, okay. This right here, what we call Saudi Arabia here, Abraham, and I will make a video about Abraham. He took all this was his. All this was given to him. That's why later it was given to Ishmael. When Ishmael say, when Ishmael, when when Tata Nzambe, did not do a covenant with Ishmael, but Abraham said, "Father, I also wanted a blessing for my son Ishmael." To him was given the one part of Africa. That's a fact. Okay. From who? Abraham's wife was called Hagar. Hagar. Abra. What's going on with me? I can close this one here. So no. Hagar. So here you have it. Hagar also spelled Agar in the Old Testament. Okay? Abraham's concubine and the mother of the son Ishmael, purchased in Egypt. Egyptians were black. All this area there, no white dude was there. So sometimes you have to be careful with this black and white thing there. Be very careful. I'm not for white, I'm not for Chinese, but be very careful. Be wise. Be careful. If not, these things will happen here. Oh, praise. I think you got it. Now, let us continue. Isaiah 40 and 22. It is he that sitteth on the circle on the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. That stretches out the heaven as a certain or curtain, yeah, curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. A circle, very important, on the earth, yeah, and the inhabitant thereof are as grasshoppers that stretches out the heaven as a curtain and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. The truth being told, Isaiah seems to be the first one to disclose to the public awareness that the planet Earth has a circular conformation, low a sphere. How on the earth these impostor Greeks claim to have discovered anything at all? When these gangsters from the north, our brothers, I believe that we all, are somewhere. We are all humans, huh? But we are different. That's what's up. So they came, getting knowledge from us, but because they are the bangos, they believe in some things, but they use the science and whatever science, and they seen it and they see everything in their perspective. This is why every calendar, what we are living today, and everything is twisted. But Isaiah is telling us here very clear how the earth is made. Okay, so the Greeks haven't discovered anything. When the Europeans are talking about the Greeks, because they have no history. The Europeans, they have absolutely no history. And when you find their history, you will see the blessings of Esau inside there. When it starts to be very tough and clear, yeah, that you will rob, steal, your land will be wasted, you will start building and the Most High will throw down. You will go to war so that you can feed your children. Your earth won't have any fruit. You will be cursed. You will be a sign and a wonder for every nation. Everyone, oh, look at the white man, he's different. White. Everyone on the planet, the Chinese, the Indian, the West Indies, everyone look at the white man, he's different. It was a sign, was given to the white man. Look, it's him. No, but the most High also said, it will come a time that you will take your yoke from you, and you will go as like an eagle against your brother. A eagle, brothers and sisters, if you ever have seen an eagle once, you will understand what an eagle really is. Okay, that's why all of them love the eagle sign. An eagle is huge. An eagle is huge. He's big like a human, tall. Look at his legs, the wings, you know, and his eyes. My goodness. Okay, if you have a baby eagle, he's already big. Okay, but a real eagle, he takes he takes an adult without any problem. He takes big big animals that normal humans can't carry. He takes him with you know, and he's a hunter from another level. Okay, he drops bombs and he flies away, and you did not even see him. And this is what they did. This is the superpower that came against us. Okay, so in fact, they have never built anything. They have never known anything. They just took from us, modified it, and you know, before saying here, the African people did it, yeah, and telling that to our people so that we can be motivated to working on that what our forefathers have done, yeah. They will tell you no, it came from the Greeks. But who are the real Greeks? Now, as a Greek Hebrew known as Joseph Flavius, yeah, okay, because he was a Greek, yeah, people will call him Israelites or whatever because he's black. This is something that many people will say, but it's okay. He was a Greek, yeah, from in captivity. After the manner the posterity of Noah sent out colonies and inhabit the whole earth. Okay, now you have um, Noah sent out colonies to inhabit the whole earth. After this, they were dispersed abroad, an account of their languages, and went out by colonies everywhere. And each colony took possession of that land which they light upon, and into which Tata Nzambe lead them, so that the whole continent was filled with them, both the land in the land and the maritime countries. There were some also who passed over the seas in ships and inhabit the islands. And some of those nations do still retain the dominations which were given them by their first founders, but some have lost them also, and some have only admitted certain changes in them, that they might be the more intelligible to the inhabitants. Okay, now pay your attention, please. I hope you get this, yeah. What I have said here is very important. So with ships, okay, I don't have the map open here again. But with ships, okay, we left the African borders, yeah, and we went to different kinds of places, okay, and not Moses, Massa did not take the only the Israelite out of Egypt. He took different kinds of nations out of Egypt. You had different kinds of nations living in Egypt. Egypt was the America from today. Okay? Okay? It's like it's the same thing. It's Exodus. It's the same thing what will happen in, who knows when the Most High is ready to do that. Yeah? When he will start his Exodus. This is what happened. This is what will happen. Not only the Israelite will come out of these countries. No, 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 no. This is how he say, I will give back the Hamites a kingdom. He said it very clear. He said that will take many nations from different kinds of places, because we had the nations by themselves, yeah. We had the nations for themselves going out with ships, okay? Going out with ships, finding other land masses, grounds, all over the places, okay? Brothers and sisters, please. That's a fact, okay? The civilization started in Africa, nowhere else. Hmm? You have to know that. Yeah? You have to know that. It's important. No one should tell you something different. It's good for you, yeah, and it's good for everyone that has a future plan. Yeah? So let us continue. I will read this little part again. There were some also who passed over the sea in ships and inhabit the islands, and some of those nations do still retain the dominations which were given them by their first founders, but some have lost them also, and some have only admitted certain changes in them, and they might be the more intelligible to their inhabitants. And they were the Greeks who became the authors of such mutations. For when in after ages they grew potent, they claimed to themselves the glory of antiquity, giving names to the nations that sounded well in Greek, that they might be better understood among themselves, and setting agreeable forms of government over them, as if they were a people derived from themselves. This is by Josephus. Okay? It's not from Massa. This part is Josephus. Okay? Now, come to think of that people, giving names to the nations that sounded well, according to Josephus. Okay? I found that the Bible already foretold their advent. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. This is Psalms 49 and 11. Okay? So, and even Africa, the name Africa was named after a guy called Leo Africanus. Leo Africanus is a Muzungu. So, Leo Africanus. Okay. A diplomat, huh? He was a diplomat So in the 1400, 1500, Africa was renamed. Africa had a lot of names, a lot of names. Now, Leopoldville, uh, Leopoldville, Freetown, Victoria, King James Road, all these areas and places were brought in the land by Edomites. Yeah, this is Congo, Leopoldville, nicht Leopard, Leopold. It's like this. Yeah, Leopoldville. Why? Because of King Leopold II. Okay, and all the names what you see in Tanzania and Kenya, many names in Africa were brought by the invaders. So now let us continue. Does the earth rotate around the sun or the contrary? They told you that the earth rotates around the sun, and you unquestionably swallowed it, for they know that you are not disposed to prove them otherwise. What if he tells you that the sun rotates around the earth? Geocentrism. Who would believe in him? So, yeah, it is true. According to the spirit, as opposed to their science, the sun does spin around the earth. Let us read Joshua 10 and 12. And you have to remember, Joshua was the one who brought Massa, who came after Massa, and brought the children of Isolele to the promised land. Then spake Joshua to the Most High in the day when the Most High delivered up the Amorites before the children of Isolele. And he said in the sight of Isolele, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ajalon. The code is stand thou. So how on the earth could something inert stand still unless it is moving? Are you still with me? Oh, you can't see the screen of the computer? You could not see anything that I was showing? We cannot see the screen of the computer. These platforms and give them a good Congo level. Oh my goodness. So I was showing all these things in vain. Why are no one texted me all this? I was showing so many things. You have to see that. You have to see the screen. I was sharing the screen. So if you couldn't see the screen, this doesn't make any sense. How can you understand that the things that I have teach so far? I was showing so many maps. Didn't you see the maps and all these things? My goodness. So because now it works. Now the screen. This is Leo Africanos. This is what I was showing. I was showing you guys the maps. Okay, how the maps look like. This is how big Africa really is. Normally it should be like that. I was showing so many maps, so many things. No one contacted me, no message, no screen. We type in the chat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if I'm in the screen, no one can see that. Oh my goodness. Maybe I will do the video again. So I will do the other part again, the rest of it, because this doesn't make any sense. You have to see the images, right? I even went into I even showed you a world map where I will start showing you all these kinds of where the Greeks are and stuff. Mm. Okay, all good, family. Thank you very much. I will share I will do a part two of it, and I'm gonna start in the midst, and then we're gonna do this again. I hope you could hear the rest what I have explained so far, and there's not much more that will come. Maybe 30 minutes, but just we'll start from the beginning and go and show you some more details that I think that's very very important for us to know, because this is astrology. It will help all of us, you know, um, to grow, because it's very very important for us to know, you know, um, the truth about our countries. Okay. Um, Let me finish this part here one more time. This is in the book of Joshua. Then spake to Joshua to Nzambe in the day when Tata Nzambe delivered up the Amorites before the children of Isolale. And he said into the sight of Isolale, son, stand thou still. So the sun, right? Upon Gibeon, and thou moon, yeah, stand still in the valley of Ajalon. The code is stand thou. So how on the earth could something inert stand still unless it is moving? Would science have told you that the sun moves? I doubt it. Now it continues. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people have avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Yasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about the whole day. Notice that the sun stood still. His father never ceased to remind him the truth of everything is in the book. Okay. Thank you very much. It's my first video so far. Sorry for this interruption there with the so that you couldn't see the rest of the parts that I have showed. I hope you get the message. It was a very, very important message for our people that love the Most High, that understood why the Most High have given us this landmass, and all the neighbors that we had around us that hated the Bena Congo, the Bena Isolele so much, so that they went from Niger, Congo, they went from all the areas southwards, fleeing from everything that is in the north. And this is what really happened. This is historical fact. But if it comes to the science and the buildings that we have done in Egypt, we should never forget that we built Egypt. We built Egypt, like we built America today, like we built Spain, like we built different kinds of places in Europe. This is a fact, okay? And that's why when the Creator is called the Creator, black people are His creation, and they are also creators. And that's why the world can't survive without the creation, which is the black man. Okay? And this is something that will be shown to the whole world very, very soon. How important the black person is. Okay? He carries the civilization with him. There's no civilization that was built without the black man. There's no civilization that did not take advantage from the black man. Okay? And it's very important for us to unite. And thank you very much. Love you so much. See you very, very soon. Ingeta.